Just moments ago, President Trump said he will halt immigration to the U.S. for 60 days. The move will block green card recipients from moving to the country. CBS reporter Natalie Brand is live at the White House with more on that and a deal on a new bailout package. Natalie?
Yeah, good evening, Liz. The president and Treasury Secretary praised lawmakers, including Democrats, for working together and passing this deal in the Senate. It now heads to the House for a vote later this week.
President Trump is already looking to the next COVID-19 relief bill after the Senate passed a nearly $500 billion deal to give additional funding to small business relief programs, hospitals, and testing.
I urge the House to pass the bill, and they're going to be voting on it, I imagine, very soon.
The Treasury Secretary said changes will go into place to stop large companies from getting loans through the Paycheck Protection Program. Those big firms who have already been approved for loans will be asked to give them back.
To the extent these companies didn't understand this and they repay the loans, that will be okay. And if not, there'll be potentially other consequences.
President Trump discussed testing with New York Governor Andrew Cuomo in a closed-door meeting.
We'll all work together to help them secure additional tests, and we hope that this model will work with the other states as well.
Monday night, the president tweeted he would take executive action to temporarily halt immigration. The State Department has already been restricting visas due to the coronavirus since last month.
It would be wrong and unjust for Americans laid off by the virus to be replaced with new immigrant labor flown in from abroad.
The president says the pause will last for 60 days and only applies to those applying for permanent residency.
The president said this executive order will not apply to those coming in on a temporary basis, for instance, agricultural workers. He also indicated tonight that the administration is still drafting it and he could potentially sign it tomorrow. Now, Senator Kamala Harris earlier today in a tweet said, "To our immigrant community, know that we see you and we won't stop fighting against President Trump's, quote, anti-immigrant agenda." Now, back to the congressional deal that passed the Senate today. The House expected to be in on Thursday for a likely vote that day. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi counts a couple of wins in this new deal, including funding set aside for small lenders to help small businesses who were perhaps having trouble with big banks in the Paycheck Protection Program. Democratic leaders also count that new money for testing as a big win. $25 billion split between the states and federal agencies. At the White House, I'm Natalie Brand, KPIX 5.